Okay, so let's begin. Hi everyone. Good morning. Hola a todos. Buenos días. I'm Diego Souza from NPE. Welcome and thank you for attending the 30th teleconference of the WMO Coordination Group on Satellite Data Requirements for Regions 3 and 4. This is our fourth telecon since our last face-to-face meeting at Boston in 2019. We hope everyone is safe and well. It's nice to have everyone joining in this morning. Uh, you may find all the presentations from our last teleconference held on July and all the other telecom minutes and the other supporting documents at the SDR Group's webpage. Also, the presentations from today's call will be available there. In our last call, apart from the updates from NOAA and WMO, we had some case studies regarding data access and processing presented by our colleagues from Chile, Costa Rica, and Trinidad and Tobago. You also may access all the slides on our webpage. And this is the agenda for the telecom today. After the welcoming remarks, we'll have the updates from the SDR co-chairs on the latest SDR activities. We will also have the updates from the WMO SEC and the WMO Regional Office for the Americas. We also have a presentation on the ENANDES project and the future contribution from NPE to that project and how this project could be the basis for SWCEM regional initiative. And we also have at item number 7 the updates from NOAA. And on item number 8, we will open the room for the SDR members to present their updates, news, and issues related to the SDR group. So before introducing the telecom participants, I would like to invite Marcial Garbanzo, the other co-chair of the group and focal point of the SDR for Region 4. Welcome, Marcial.
Hi, Diego. Hello, everyone. How are you doing?
Doing good. Thank you. We also would like to invite Dr. Kenneth Homland, Head of the Space and Systems and Utilization at WMO, for these remarks. Welcome, Ken. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for this opportunity to address the Region 3-4 SDR groups. I will not take much of your time. The regional activities on both on satellite data requirements and training and capacity building remains a very important activity within the WMO space program, and I'm really pleased to see the active participation again in this meeting. We have more than 20 people in this meeting attending virtually, and I think that the RA-III-IV SDR group is really showing the other regional associations on how you can actually take initiative from at the regional level and drive things forward. I'm also looking forward to sort of closer collaboration between continued collaboration between the WMO Secretariat and the regional association, and we have a good team now in place with Heikki and Zoya on the space program and Daniel on the WMO regional office, and then also of course Marcial is also supporting the space program Vila activities. So I think all in all we have quite a strong support team that can engage with the SDR team, and I think that this is really will bring great benefits to the region itself. Last but not least, I really do need to thank NOAA as well. NOAA is a key player, of course, in this region and is facilitating a lot of the interactions and has been hosting the face-to-face meeting in conjunction with their meetings. So unfortunately, there hasn't been a face-to-face meeting since 2019, but we will have hopefully finally one in Madison in August this year. So it's about time to share some thoughts face-to-face and maybe even a beer for those that will attend. So I wish you all the best for this meeting, and and looking forward to the outcome. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Ken. We also welcome our NOAA colleagues. Hello and welcome, Eric Madsen and Natalia Donoho. Hi, Eric. Hi, Nat.
Hola, ¿cómo está? So happy to see everybody. So thank you so much. And I want to thank you for keeping this going, even considering really challenging times. I know we cannot meet in person, but I'm looking forward. So hopefully, maybe even this year. So we'll see. But again, many thanks for organizing this. I welcome all participants, and I really look forward for this meeting and updates. But also, I'm really happy to see everybody. It's been quite a period. So thank you.
Thanks, Nat.
And I'll just say the same. Thanks. I'm just glad to be here, and I look forward to hearing all the updates that have been going on. And this group has been very active in the past, and I think it will continue to be. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric. Thank you, everyone. Now let's go to the next item on the agenda. Let's introduce the telecom participants. I'm seeing Andre Joyer. Hello, Andre. Can you hear us?
Yes,
Hi.
I can.
Okay.
So, hi.
Go ahead.
Andre Joyer, the director of the St. Lucia Med Services. It's been a while, and I'm looking forward to hearing the updates. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrea. We also have Matt Arquette from the Meteorological Service of Canada.
Hello, everybody. Very happy to be here and looking forward to the meeting.
We have Carol Subras Ali from the Trinidad and Tobago Meteorological Service.
Hi, beautiful sunny morning, everyone. I am Carol Subrath Ali, indeed. Glad to be here.
Bernie Connell. Hello, Bernie.
Hello, good morning from Colorado. And it's, good to hear a lot of familiar voices and hear all the great updates of activities that are going on in the region. Thanks.
Thanks, Bernie. We have Daniel Vila. Hola, Daniel. Hello.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for inviting me to give an update on the regional office activities here in Asunción. And I hope to collaborate with you in the future.
Gracias, Daniel. We also have Diana Rodriguez from SMN Argentina. Hola, Diana. Hello. We can't hear you. No te escuchamos. Creo que el micrófono está...
Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me to the meeting. Y deseo que todos podamos colaborar como hasta ahora en las actividades que se realizan para el bien de la región 3 y 4.
Gracias,
Excelente.
Diana.
Gracias.
We have Gabriela Gomez from UNAM, Mexico. Hello, Gabi.
Hola. Good morning. Thank you for inviting me. I'm sure it will be very interesting to hear everything that is going on because it's my first meeting here. Thank you, Diego.
Thanks for joining us. Hello, Glendale de Souza.
Good morning, Diego and Marcial, and good morning, everyone. Pleasure to be here. I am interested in the updates that we'll hear this morning, and I hope we have a fruitful meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Glendale. Welcome, Heikki.
Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and greetings from Geneva.
We also have James Ferronto. Hello, James. Can you hear us?
Yep, loud and clear. Thanks for inviting me, and I'm looking forward to hearing all the updates today.
Thanks, James. Hola, Julian. We have Julian Baez. Welcome.
Good morning. Hello. Nice to see and hear everybody, at least virtually. I'm glad to participate of the meeting as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome, Cassian from CIMH. Hello.
Good morning. Buen día a todos.
Thank you, everybody, at least virtually. I'm glad to participate of the meeting as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome, Cassian from CIMH. Hello.
Good morning. Buen día a todos. Thank you very much for the invite, and really looking forward to talking to everyone. It's like old school, hearing all the voices and then meeting new people. Thank you so much, Diego and Marcial.
Thanks, Cassian. Welcome, Rodney Martinez. Buenos días.
Good morning to all. Thank you very much for the invitation, and really happy to be here. We have a lot of expectations about this meeting, considering all the developments in the Regional Association 3 and 4 and this active team. So I think we will have a very interesting discussions and listening how you will address all the previous discussions between members of the regional associations in terms of the satellite data requirements. Thank you.
Thank you, Rodney. Welcome. Bienvenido, Sergio Ruiz de Ligan, Colombia. Welcome, Sergio. Can you hear us? Sergio.
Sergio, parece que tienes el micrófono cerrado.
Ah, ok. Bueno, mientras hablamos con Seth Clevenstein. Welcome, Seth.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for
Morning.
the invite, Marcial and Diego and everyone.
We also have Simone Sievert, my colleague from ENPE. Welcome, Simone.
Thank you very much, Diego. It's a pleasure to be here. It's my first meeting, so some of people I know. Nice to be here.
Thanks, Simone. Sofia Heredia. Welcome, Sofia.
Hello, good morning. I'll be attending to this meeting in my first time, so I'll be attending to all updates in this meeting. Thank you.
Gracias, Sofia. And we have William Abarca. Bienvenido, William.
Hola a todos. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for the invite. I'm glad to be here.
Gracias, William. And we have Zoe Andriva.
Hello, everyone. I'm Zoe Andriva from the WMO Space Program. It's my pleasure to be here. I'd like to thank Diego and Marcial for great collaboration, also other colleagues from Vila, Bernie, Cassian, and others.
Did she freeze?
Yes. Zoya, are you there? I think she had a problem on her connection.
Yeah, maybe we can go back to Sergio. I think Sergio was already able to speak. Sergio, the IDEAM.
Good morning.
Morning, Sergio.
I'm Sergio Ruiz from Colombia. I'm from IDEAM, Meteorological Service of Colombia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Sergio.
Have we missed someone? We also have Jorge Chira from Senami, Perú. Bienvenido, Jorge.
Hola, Diego. ¿Cómo estás? Buenos días a todos. Hola, Marcial. Gracias por la invitación. Feliz de estar aquí. Un gusto de verlos a todos. Nice to meet you, everyone. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you, Jorge.
Gracias.
Well, I think we have everyone, so we can proceed to the next item on the agenda, the SDR updates. And the first update we have is a nice one, the SDR Quick Guide, which is available in English, Spanish, and Brazilian Portuguese. This quick guide is a 2-page reference document that contains key information on the SDR group, what it is, the current SDR members, the expected benefits of the SDR group, the terms of reference, and other important aspects like the questions that are expected to be clarified through the work of the SDR group. This quick guide is available for download in the SDR webpage on the supporting documents section. So feel free to share it with your colleagues, and we will update this quick guide whenever necessary. So suggestions are welcome. And
Diego?
Oh.
I would just like to say something similar, but in Spanish for the members, just to have it present. Can I? Quickly.
Okay.
No, nada más me gustaría mencionarlo en español, que esta guía rápida a Satellite Data Requirements lo que pretende es contestar las preguntas más rápidamente acerca de qué hacemos y cómo lo hacemos y ponernos más en contacto. Está disponible en inglés, español y portugués de Brasil, pero creo que es una gran herramienta que podemos utilizar. Compartámosla con nuestros colegas, tanto de los servicios meteorológicos como otras instituciones que necesiten datos, para que juntos podamos distribuir mejor la información y obtener mejores productos. Gracias.
Gracias, Marcial. Another update is regarding our country status webpage, as we call it. This is one of the actions agreed on our last face-to-face meeting at Boston, that we should maintain a webpage at the SDR group website with relevant key information from members to support the work of the SDR group. And since our last call on July, we received many updates from Argentina, Canada, Colombia, Ecuador, El Salvador, Mexico, Paraguay, Uruguay, and Trinidad and Tobago. So thank you very much for sending your updates. And if you have any new information on data access, capacity building, and other SDR issues, please let us know so we can keep this page with updated information. And another very, very important update we have is the new regional survey on the use of satellite data. The last survey was distributed by the group in 2015. And you may find the previous survey reports at the group's webpage. And back then, we didn't have data from the new generation of satellites available yet. So as suggested on our 27th teleconference, it's time to do it again. And the objective of the original survey is basically to collect up-to-date information from members, capabilities, needs regarding the use of satellite data, identify the challenges faced by users, and basically the common practices regarding data access, processing, visualization, and capacity building and training. So regional surveys are very important for that. And so new actions could be taken to bridge possible gaps that could exist. So, and this is directly related to the SDR, to the expected benefits of the SDR group, and it is also related to the SDR terms of reference, as you may see in the KIC guide. So as you may see here on this slide, we already have the 2022 regional survey at SurveyMonkey, which is an online tool for questionnaires. And we have 22 questions on basically 4 topics: personal information, data access, processing, and visualization, use and applications of satellite data and products, and education and training. We are working on the final details, like the translation to Spanish and Brazilian Portuguese, and the survey will be distributed around the first week of April. The deadline for responding will be 1 month. And along the link for the SDR survey, in the appropriate language, we will send a letter of recommendation and the SDR quick guide. Okay, so let's take a very brief look at the survey. We have created a link for you to check the survey before the distribution. Let me just send the link here on the chat window so you may check it, just a moment. Here it is. You may also read this QR code with your cell phones to access this test link, and I'm going to just send the link on the chat window for you to take a look at it. And before I show it, I just would like to, we the co-chairs would like to thank Soya for the great help on the creation of this survey and for creating this online interface. And also, we would like to thank Bernie and the other colleagues who kindly helped on reviewing the survey and making great suggestions. So thank you very much. Let me just open it here. Can you see it? ¿Puedes verlo, Marcial?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. As you may see here on the upper right side, the respondents will be able to select the language. Let's make a quick test. So if I click here in Portuguese, we can see the questions already translated, right? We are still working on the translation. So on this test link, only the first session of the survey is translated. So let's go back to English. So here on the first session, you may see 7 questions on personal information, the type of organization, the geographical region, etc. And if you click here on next, we go to the second session regarding data access, processing, and visualization, with also 7 questions where users will select the receive mechanisms they use for both GEO and LEO satellite, if the access is good, poor, or if the station is not working, if their training need particular receive mechanisms are met or not, how frequently they access the data, and if they do not use a particular mechanism, if they intend to use it in the future. If a given mechanism is not used, you may just leave it as blank, so this will be counted as a no. We also have the same question for LEO, and we have a couple of questions on data collection platforms, how your organization receives in situ data from these platforms, and if your organization would be interested on receiving DCP data available from those DCS via GeoNetCast Americas. A question on difficulties in accessing satellite data in general, and a couple of questions on data processing for both GEO and LEO, and data visualization for both GEO and LEO. So these are the questions for this second part of the survey. On the third session, we have the use and applications of satellite data and products for both LEO and GEO satellites, where users will specify the use of individual bands, RGB composites, and derived products. And a third for both GEO and LEO, and a third question on the usage of satellite data for some application areas. So here we have the application areas, and if they use web visualization for that particular application, or if they have a local data processing solution. Now going to the last part of the survey, we have questions regarding education and training. We have 4 questions on the training needs related to the SDR issues here. One question relating to the training needs regarding applications of satellite data. And another question on the level of awareness for several training resources that we list here, and how frequently users access or use these training resources. In the end of the survey, we have a question for respondents to indicate a point of contact for training events on their organization, and a final question on comments on course or concerns regarding the use of satellite data. And here, if you click here, you finish the survey and send the answers to our database. Another nice thing regarding this SurveyMonkey interface is that you do not need to complete the survey in one sitting, which could be a little bit challenging, right? We have 22 questions. So you may answer some questions in a day and then go back another day and continue answering other questions. And this is it. The survey and the other documents will be sent to the PRs and the SDR mailing list probably around the first week of April. But at this point, I will hand it over to Marcial. He will give an update on the IDD, Internet Data Distribution. Go ahead, Marcial. Thank you.
Do you want me to present, or you want to keep presenting?
I can pass the slides.
Okay. In this section of the updates, I would like to mention the Internet Data Distribution. This has been presented to the Infrastructure Committee of the Region 4. And the idea of this section is to create and sustain a network of distribution of data in our region. As you can see in the map on the left, there's basically just two countries getting data through the internet right now, which is Costa Rica and Brazil. And this network, the Internet Data Distribution in the United States, handles not just satellite, but lots of information. And I think it would be of great contribution for the region. And this is why it has been presented to the Infrastructure Committee in order to analyze if it should be implemented and how it should be implemented. So just to show you a couple of slides about it, we are proposing a pilot program. The pilot program would be from 3 to 8 participants from the region. The idea is to provide participant countries with subsidized hardware and software to use the network, basic training for installation, configuration, and utilization, in order to create an online community of users. The idea of having this community of users is, well, we already saw this with the GeoNetcast. Once you have a community of users, they can collaborate among themselves and start solving problems, distributing data, and just delivering what we need regarding satellite data. Also, we would like to develop a knowledge base for supporting the users and, of course, evaluate the user adoption, problems, and upgrades necessary for the following steps. The idea would be to see Central America, the Caribbean, and South America as covered with green lines as you see in North America. Next slide, please. So from the University of Costa Rica Regional Training Center and COE, we have been working for the past few years in a very simple way of doing this, of connecting to the internet data distribution. In the past, it used to be quite challenging. You needed very large servers, huge internet connections. And in these days, it has improved to the point that you can use a very, very tiny computer to connect to the network and start getting the GOES-R satellite in full resolution and all the information. So the requirements to participate in the pilot program would be the ones on the left top side. So you can see we need to gather, visualize, and the need to gather, visualize, and utilize data would be a requirement. Also a stable internet connection, because this is an internet data distribution. You need a stable internet connection to get data. You need more than 30 megabits per second to get data, and most cell phones these days have that speed, so you can actually handle it with a cell phone connection. And also on-site basic technical support person. So you need a person that knows how to install Linux and configure a couple of things in Linux. But the idea of having a community is also to, if we can skip this step, that would be great. The benefits of participating would be the GOES East and West access in real time, full resolution, all sensors, all channels. Which is great for satellite data. If we can get at least those two distributed in the region, I think it's great progress. And also the internet data distribution is more than satellite. So you can access model data, operator data, surface measurements, and voice, and many other data that you can get from the networks. For example, if you're modeling, you can get the GFS through the IDD instead of FTP and everything every time. We're proposing to use the GOES Internet Data Receiver, which is the device that I just mentioned. We built it here at the University of Costa Rica. It's a combination of Linux technology with Internet of Things technologies. It's just a very, very small computer. It's quite cheap. Actually, the more expensive computer that you can get is around $98 for this notebook. Next slide, please, Diego. And this is an example of how it's been used. This is in the Space Research Center at the University of Costa Rica. They know that GOES has space weather sensors. So they asked me to configure this receiver for space. So we have a space version and an atmospheric version. This is the space version, and you can see in the screen some images from SUVI, EXIS, and I think it's the charge particles. You can see the data real time, so the data comes in, is pre-processed, and then shown in the screen in the center for them. And we already have a couple of success cases with them working with this system, but I think that's for another time. This is just an example of what we can achieve. So I think that's it for today in the IDD.
Yeah.
Thank you, Diego.
I'm going to the next topic on the SDR updates. We have the regions 3 and 4 training events. For some of these events, the dates are still to be determined, but you may have a general idea of the events that will take place this year. So we have the region 4 trainings, application trainings in Spanish and English. We also have the region 3 satellite training applications in Spanish, and the WMO RGB workshop for experts and data developers. We have this event every 5 years. The last one was in 2017 in Japan, and you may find the report at this link. And the workshop this year will happen probably in October or after. We also have the quarterly GeoNetcast Americas user group webinars in May, August, and November. We had one in February, and we should have 3 webinars more this year. And we also have the 2022 NOAA Satellite Conference, which is part of the collective medicine meeting, or the CMM, as it is being called, from August 8th to 12th at Madison, Wisconsin. Bernie, do you have any additional comments on the training events that you would like to address now?
Not at this time. Other than the English one might be in the fall.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And one of the and the RA-III Spanish one in the fall.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Bernie.
Yeah, that was good. Thanks.
And talking about the CMM, a very important topic to discuss today is the 5th space-to-space meeting of the RA-III and RA-IV SDR group. There is a possibility of having this meeting on the side of the satellite conference, as we did in 2017 and 2019 in Boston, for example. And during this conference, we had the SDR meet, the first half of the SDR meeting the weekend before the conference, and the second half of the meeting during the conference. So I would like to invite Eric Madsen and Heikki Pohjola to say a few words on this possibility. Eric?
Yeah, thank you, Diego. As in the past, we have NOAA, as you know, puts on a NOAA satellite conference. In 2019, we combined our satellite conference with UMETSAT and AMS and had the joint satellite conference. Well, in 2022, we're also combining with AMS with 4 of their conferences, and it's being called the Collective Satellite Conference. It will be held in Madison, Wisconsin. That's the location where SIMS is, University of Wisconsin, August 8th through 12th. The weekend before, we are planning a VLab training. That's Bernie. There will be a DCS meeting both on Saturday. There will be a GOES-R JPSS short course on Sunday. I have received confirmation from the WMO that they be willing to support some travelers to participate in the conference, and the possibility of an SDR side meeting. As As we did in 2019, we had an hour and a half on Sunday in the evening so that everybody can go to the trainings. And then we had another hour and a half session in the evening later in the week. I am now in the process of confirming how much invitational travel funding I will receive. And as soon as I get that confirmation, I will be sending out notices both to Julian and Rodney that I will have limited travel and then requesting people to your Met offices to it nominates people they would like to attend the conference and the trainings. The travel funding will include the weekend trainings and the full conference. So the reason that it doesn't say the NOAA AMS Collective Satellite Conference is that we have not finished the contracts yet with AMS. And as soon as we do, then we'll have the big NOAA logo on it and we'll be big advertisements as soon as that contract is completed, which we hope to do within the next couple of weeks. So look for more information coming out. Look for my notice that I will have some travel assistance for the conference and to attend the SDR. Please make sure your nomination comes in for the travel, because it's usually first come, first serve. It's the only way I know how to do that. Although people that are attending are participating in the SDR movement meetings on the weekend and during the week are generally given a little more higher priority. So anything else I should cover, Diego?
This is fine. Thank you very much. Heikki, would like to add something?
No, I think Eric already covered the topic very well. So, I mean, we are working on that with Eric behind the scenes, and yeah, there will be some support by WMO.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to mention I really appreciate the WMO's support. They've supported these meetings and quite a number of our conferences, and it's been very, very helpful. I only get so much funding, and then I get a little from the Weather Service and a little from the WMO, and between the three of them, we can get a lot of people there. So I really appreciate it. So thank you.
Thank you. It's on WMO behalf. It's very important, and it's money well spent.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Heikki. Both Marcial and I, we think it's a wonderful idea to have a face-to-face meeting during the CMM. And it's great to know about the possibility of having financial support from WMO. We really appreciate that. And this fifth meeting would be very, very important to the SDR group. We could, for example, we would have a good opportunity to present the survey results, for example. So we'll keep coordinating the meeting with you, and we'll be updating the group on the progress so members can plan their participation, and we also could coordinate the meeting agenda. Marcial, do you want to add anything?
No, I just want to thank Heikki and Eric for their support, and I think if we have a face-to-face meeting in Madison for the SDR, it will benefit greatly what we do. Because of the dynamic of the meeting, we know how it is and we know how it works, and it works quite well. So thank you very much for the support.
Okay, so with that, we finish our SDR updates. Do we have any comments or questions before we go to the next presentation?
Yes, this is Bernie. I have a question because I don't remember the answer. Is there the option to have virtual participation at the in-person meetings? And I'm saying this more from the perspective of if this is the Americas, we're in a similar time zone. So even if you can't travel there, can you still participate and hear, say, for example, the survey results?
Yes, Bernie. For all of the rooms that we are, NOAA is providing. The basic setup will be for AV, microphones, computers, stuff, and it also includes a Zoom link. So everybody will be able to. There'll be a camera and what I think the Zoom. I think AMS uses Zoom, so that will be available. So there will be kind of a hybrid set up. AMS actually announced, I think last week, or maybe they will soon, that all of their meetings from now on will be hybrid. You'll be able to in person, and then they'll have a hybrid virtual segment to it. So yes, that will be available.
Great, thanks.
Thank you for your question, Bernie, and thanks for the answer, Eric.
Excellent, thank you. Well, go ahead, Marcial. Let's go to the next presentation.
Okay, we would like to welcome Heikki Pohjola for item 4 of the agenda.
I have one more question, Marcial.
There's one more question.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Just one more question about the translation of the
Adelante,
hybrid.
Daniel.
Yes. Can you hear me? Yes, I believe. I'm just wondering if you will provide some translation through Zoom, for example, for people who speak only Spanish or only English during the side meetings.
We will not for the side meetings. We will be providing simultaneous translation during the plenary sessions of the conference. Unfortunately, simultaneous translation is very expensive, and we're not able to afford the for the side meetings. However, I've seen this work before, where if you sit next to somebody that speaks English a little better than you are, it seems to work okay. It's not the best, but I think actually it's probably better than the microphones. But I'm sorry, we just can't cover the simultaneous translation for all of the side rooms.
Okay, thank you for the update, Eric.
I think that creates a question for maybe the regional office in the Americas of WMO. Is there any chance that WMO could provide the translation for those sessions? And I think this goes to Rodney and maybe Julian.
Is a physical face-to-face meeting or virtual?
It's going to have a virtual component, so I think they could join remotely as well.
Yeah, remote. We need to check. As regional office, we have a limited budget, but if you want to require, we can check about it.
Thank you, Julian. If there are no other questions, I think we can move
Marcial,
on
if possible at all, we can do our best to.
Yeah, of course we can try to keep up, but otherwise I think it's yeah. If there is no other questions, we can move to item 4 of the agenda and listen to Heikki Pohjola with some updates from his side. So Heikki, whenever you're ready.
I will stop sharing my screen.
You see my presentation?
Yes, we see it. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks a lot. My name is Heikki Pohjola, and as already mentioned, maybe I work Space System and Utilization Division with Ken and Zoya here, and I will give you some WMO updates from the Secretariat point of view now. I will concentrate on the new data policy and how is this this is relates very much for the core data sets of satellite data, and I will tell you a little bit what is our procedure and planned way forward related to that, and then some updates related to Vila as well. So WMO data policy was approved by WMO members just recently, and it's now one unified data policy, which is replacing the old resolution 40, 25 and 60 for weather, hydrology and climate. And it adopts the following policy on the international exchange of Earth system data, where WMO commits itself to broadening and enhancing the free and unrestricted international exchange of Earth system data. So that means that it's single overreaching data policy resolution emphasizing on the Earth system, and not anymore only weather and hydrology, so it covers observations, monitoring, prediction and services as well for the all Earth system approach. So what is actually changing then when the old data policy was covering mainly weather data only? As mentioned, this is now Earth system data perspective, so weather, climate, hydrology and so on. In old data policy, there were categories called essential and additional, and now in the new data policy, the categories are core, which is the category for the data sets which shall be exchanged, and then we have a recommended, which is then should be exchanged category for the data. Then in the old policy, essential data sets were listed directly in the Annex 1 of the resolution itself. But now specifics on the core and recommended data are actually referred to technical regulations, primary manuals on WICOS and GDBFS. And for the sum of the data types listed in the Annex 1 to draft data policy resolution, detailed technical regulations already exist. But for many data types, this still needs to be developed as requirements and agreements. And this is the case for the satellite data as well. So there is lots of work to be done to actually update the manual on WICOS related to satellite data, which is then the core and recommended data sets, which are then. Free and unrestricted exchange term was not defined in the old data policy, but now this is directly in the resolution, so it's there explained that what does it mean free and unrestricted exchange. And then number 5, earlier it covers exchange of data between national and national meteorological hydrological services, but now it addressed to members. So covers exchange of data between all partners, including private sector, academia, etc. So it's wider than only the national meteorological hydrological services, of course, because the content is also more than just the weather. So related to new data policy resolution, the vital importance of satellite data is now clearly recognized. So the concept of core satellite data is framed primarily in the terms of importance to global NWP. So if you look at the old data, WMO data policy, satellite portion was very weak there, and it was very broad definition. So now we are working on that to get it much more detailed and important. So no specific satellite datasets are listed as neither core or recommended in the draft policy or approved policy, but this is referred to the manual on WICOS, and now this work has to be done in collaboration with satellite operators on bilateral basis between them and WMO, that which datasets are going to be there on manual on WICOS. So there is no particular position regarding provision of observational data by private sector. So the policy addressed to national governments of WMO members and cannot dictate what private sector entities should or should not do. So it does not go that far. But reflecting the guidance provided by WMO Data Conference, exchange of core data is considered mandatory, irrespective of data origin. So this then, on the other hand, is including commercial data. So if there is commercial data which is in the core data sets, but if the agency kind of outsourced that to private sector, and that for example private sector provider related to to certain data set, it should be shared. So how we proceed on that now related to Space System and Utilization Division. So we have done this kind of analysis of current and near future measurement capabilities of the SWCEM members related to meteorological satellite programs. And we have been using Oscar Space, Vision 2040, NW position paper recently published, and other material to get these kind of tables where we define agency by agency their capabilities. And these documents for the current core measurement capabilities was prepared for geo measurement capabilities, then the LEO, and also for the space weather. And then this analysis was consolidated with the WMO expert teams and also the space weather coordination group, because the space weather expert team does not exist yet. And then the next step is that this analysis will be presented and consolidated with space agencies, and this step is now just about to happen when we have this consolidated document. So we will contact them and we will see what is then the mandate of the agencies. It may be that the mandate for all agencies not commit to everything in the table. They may need to consult stakeholders, which may take time, of course. And then the status of that going to be presented in the SWCEM plenary next June. And then after that, after SWCEM, then there is INFCOM 2, where we seek endorsement of that. And then after that, consolidated commitments will be then recorded in the WMO WIGOS manual, and this goes to Executive Council, followed by the Congress 23. For the decision of the WMO members. But of course, it represents only the situation at the moment, and maybe, let's say, a few years in the future. So it has to be regularly reviewed and updated in the consultation with space agencies. This was about the data policy, and now I move to the next topic related to VLAB. And as you know, VLAB was already operating more than 20 years, and it's a global network of 13 specialized training centers and 8 satellite operators working together to improve the utilization of the data and products from the meteorological and environmental satellites. And related to Region 3 and 4, of course, the satellite agencies are CONA, INPE, and NOAA. And then the Center of Excellence is Costa Rica, Barbados, Brazil, and Argentina, which are then in focus of VLAB. We have some updates on our team of our working team, and we have recently nominated co-chairs. There is Bernie Connell, who is in the meeting as well. So he's another chair, and then the other chair is Mr. Wen Bo from Chinese Meteorological Administration Training Center, CMA. And then I think we discussed this already in the last meeting, or it was just about to come up. So now we have a new VLAB TSO, so Marcial Carpanzo, this cool guy here in the photos, is now working with us, and we are very happy to cooperate with him. He is coming from University of Costa Rica, where he is the director of Department of Atmospheric and Planetary Physics. So he is a very nice addition in our team. Then we want to advertise the VLMG 10 which is now finally, hopefully, going to be organized end of September this year by EUMETSAT on behalf of WMO. It's going to be in the EUMETSAT headquarters in Darmstadt in Germany, and there is already meeting web page via this link available and the draft agenda. And this kind of formal invitations will be sent out very shortly, probably next week already. So VLAB members are welcome to contribute for this. Then related to documents, we have updated our expectations of Center of Excellence satellite operators, WMO and CGMS. So they are now available all six UN languages. Then the terms of preferences for WMO CGMS VLAB management group was also updated, and procedure for establishing the VLAB Center of Excellence for training in satellite meteorology. So those all three documents or set of documents are available via this link in this presentation as well. Please go and review and see what is there. Then just final note about our global survey. So there was a discussion on the regional survey, but at the same time, WMO is also preparing this global survey on satellite data utilization, and this will be launched June. Please take a note and receive some time to contribute for this. This surveys has been planned now in consolidation, so I mean they shouldn't overlap too much. So the idea is that you shouldn't use too much time for double information. So we saw that the regional survey has a little bit different focus than the global survey actually itself. So that's all I wanted to say today. So thank you very much. Gracias. Obrigado.
Thank you very much, Heikki, for the upgrade, for the updates, and thank you for your kind words. I don't know if there's any questions. I think we have a little time for questions if someone has any questions. Questions and comments? Well, if there is no questions, I think we can move on. Thank you, Heikki, again.
No problem.
The next item in the agenda is item 5, and it's updates from the regional office. So, Daniel, go ahead.
Screen, let me see. I need. Okay. I need to take control of this stuff.
Sí.
I don't.
Hay un cuadro con una flecha hacia arriba. Con esa puedes compartir lo que quieras compartir.
I'm not seeing that. Okay. More actions here. Okay. Okay, here. Perfect.
Dice abrir.
Yes. No, it's here. It's here. I'm not very familiar with this system, but let me help. Let me try. Okay. 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 Let me
ya podemos ver tu pantalla.
This is full screen right now?
Adelante. Sí.
Okay. Thank you very much for inviting me to give this update on how the WMO Regional Office for the Americas update. And what I would like to do today is just, to show you how could we expect, I would say, from the satellite data requirement group for the Region 3 and Region 4. So my outline is just, well, what about the WMO Regional Office for the America, what we do, where we are. So this is, I believe that most of you knows very well about that, but not everybody knows about our existence and what we do here. So I would like to present a little bit about this. The second point is about the working structures in Region 3 and 4, because we have here, we have in those regions different working groups where the satellite data requirement groups are located. Then I will talk a little bit about the regional implementation plan for this year, what we expect to do during this year in both regions. I will talk a little bit about Region 4, but I also take a look at Region 3 and the regional priorities for the 2023, 24, 27. So, and how the satellite data requirement group can insert in those activities. So first of all, I would like to share with you about the vision, mission, and objectives, the strategy of our institution. So we are in WMO, and this is really important. WMO is going through a very big reform with long-term goals, and department dedicated to these long-term goals: service infrastructure, science and innovation, member service, and smart organization. And as you can see, in many of the strategic objectives includes, I would say, not include, the satellites are key element to achieve those strategic objectives. So your work here is very, very important. So in this context, this reform is also going through the regional associations. So as we are here, this is just like the strategic plan, the global leader, the expertise, the service commission, the infrastructure commission, the research board, and the support to members. So at some point we are here in this bulletin, in the bullet number 4. So if we look at the regional associations, we have, as you may know, 6 regional associations, and we are in Region 3 and Region 4. We are in the office is in Paraguay, where I am right now. We have a representation in Costa Rica. Rodney is also participating in our meeting. But the regional office are just only 4. So the regional office in some way include different regions. So right now I'm here in Paraguay. I'm the technical coordinator for infrastructure, where also includes satellites for the Americas. So I am the responsible for Region 3 and Region 4. Then we have other regional office in Africa, in the Asia Pacific, and in Europe. There is a couple of missing representation, like South Africa and Croatia in Europe. But essentially, what we do here, I will present the regional office of the Americas. What we try to do is just to make a link between the secretariat, the WMO secretariat, and the members and the regional associations, which are of course composed by members. In case of Region 3, we are 13 member states and territories, and in Region 4, it's a total of 27. As you can see, there's a great diversity of climate zones, etc. So what we try to do is just to we are the main point of contact between members, permanent representative, and to the WMO and the secretariat. So We act like a bridge between the Secretariat and the regional associations. So in this case, Regional Association 3 and 4. So we are a quite small team here in Asunción and Costa Rica. Here you have all the people working. It's not my face there because I'm not so pretty like the other people, but here I am. So this if you would like to contact me, just you are open to do that. So as I mentioned before, the regional associations are structured in different subsidiary bodies, I would say, working groups in case of Regional Association 3, like the Working Group on Infrastructure and Technological Development, where the focal point on satellite data requirement is located. Recently, Diego was nominated as the focal point on satellite data requirement for Region 3. I believe that the letter to the Secretary General is going to Geneva, or went to Geneva last days. So Diego is officially right now the focal point on satellite data requirement for this region. And we also have another, in each working group, we have different expert teams, task teams that take care of different kind of issues. Right now we have a task team on aircraft-based observation, AMDAR, and we are proposing it's in light red or it's rose, something like this, different expert teams in regional modeling, in hydrology, hydrological modeling, and marine meteorology. So this is a quite important thing because we would like that this focal point on satellite data requirement could help other groups with different products and applications that the people who work with satellites knows very well, and how this kind of thing can help to other expert teams. So the same thing is in Region 4. In Region 4, the structure is a little different because we don't have working group, we have committees. We have the infrastructure committee where the focal point on satellite requirement is located. But also we have, for example, here an expert team on marine radar and satellite infrastructure. So there's a very close link between these. We expect, I would say, a close link between the focal point on satellite data requirement and this expert team on satellite infrastructure. But also the satellite data requirement group can also help other committees, like, for example, the Hurricane Committee. Hurricane Committee, of course, is looking for new products from satellites for their job. So it's important to get this link between the activities of the satellite data requirement group and other committees. It's the same thing, for example, with hydrological and water coordination panel, where of course precipitation is a very important input for the group, and of course the satellite expert has a lot of say, to say. So going back to Regional Association 3, what we expect is something like this. So if we have this focal point on satellite, this group who is working in satellite data requirement, we expect that they could help, for example, the working group on weather and climate with RGB products, among others. I just put an example. We, of course, as it was mentioned before, you know, the data from satellite are very important for initializing models. This is a very specific group called the Direct Broadcast Network, DBNet, who is working with very close to the modeling team. But of course, at some point, we would like that the people from the satellite requirement group also could be involved in that. And of course, as I tell you before, hydrological modeling, we need precipitation, soil moisture estimates. For oceanography, we need SST, winds, and in science, in research, are there very large, I would say, field to improve things like in nowcasting and early warnings. So as you can see, this is just an example, but as you can see, what the group can collaborate with other expert teams is very important, and at some point it is expected from those groups. So I just would like to finish my presentation and give, because we are a little bit far from back from schedule. So I would like to show you what are the regional priorities for Region 4 in this case. And as you can see, there's many things that the satellites have a key role in these regional priorities. For example, the weather extremes, flood, drought, rainfall periods, early warning, hydro hazard, water availability. In the modeling, of course, I believe that satellite has a lot of say in terms of nowcasting. So, and if we look at the regional priorities for the longer terms, for 24, 27, we also have tropical cycles, severe weather forecasting and warnings. Data from satellite are quite important for this kind of application: hydrology, marine meteorology, and ocean service. And if we go to the goal number 2, which is related with the observations and predictions, we need, but well, Heikki talked very well about that, the WIGO standard, the new WMO policy, and GDDPFS. So this is the main message I would like to give you to the group, to get more engaged with the activities that other groups in both regions are developing, and to be in terms of collaboration with other groups to be involved in the activities of other groups. So this is what I have to say in terms of the regional office update. Thank you very much. Gracias. Obrigado.
Muchísimas gracias, Daniel. Thank you very much. And I think there is some time for questions or comments from participants. So if you have any questions, raise your hand or just open your mic and ask.
Just
go ahead, Natalia.
For the update, we really appreciate that, and say that the SDR group will be working closely with the regional office in order to contribute to the regional initiatives, the working groups and committees. So expect to interact a lot with us in the next months. Thank you, Daniel, for the updates.
Go ahead, Natalia.
I second what Diego just said, and thank you so much, Daniel, for the presentation. I think this is the first time we had an overview of the regional activities at this particular meeting, and I hope this update and collaboration will continue, because this is really good, and I know there are cross-cutting issues and priorities there. So yeah, I'm really glad to hear this. Thank you. I also wanted to add one thing. I forgot to mention when we talked about translation. There's an app with Microsoft Teams that actually translates into text. I'm trying to find out more information, but I'll share that with you. There's some options. It's relatively cheap, but it could be an option for online meetings. So stay tuned. I'll send you some information on that. So thanks again, Daniel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Natalia. Any other questions or comments? If not, then we can proceed to item 6 of the agenda. We have again Daniel and now Simone from INPE. So the floor is yours whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you very much again. We will share with Simone this presentation. I will give you some overview about ENANDES project and what's the idea here to use these projects. Like, just 1 second, let me see if this is working. Okay, I believe it's working.
It is.
And how we can use this project or the activities on this project as you know, as a pilot project of SWCEM regional activities. So this is just a little summary of the presentation. What about the projects, which are the external partners, and in this case, INPE and BOM are external partners of ENANDES project, and the 3rd, 4, and 5 will be developed by Simone. So first of all, it's good to say that ENANDES project is a project of about $7 million, or a little more than $7 million. The starting date was February last year, so we have 1 year and 1 month of project for 4 years. The implementing entity is WMO. From the money comes from adaptation funds, but the implementing entity is WMO. So, and the executive entities, so the people who is directly is adapted is the IDEAM from Colombia, the CENAMI, and DMC from Chile, and CIFEN in Ecuador. So if we go to the ENANDES concept, is about the climate service value chain. So we start from weather and climate and water, and we can see that this value-adding process where we start with climate service production. So and then go to the end of this value to get some value of socioeconomic benefit and cost. So we should go through all these steps to get some socioeconomic value for the people. In this case, we are looking in the first link of this chain, which is the climate service information system. We are strictly located here, where we start with observation. And in this particular case of the collaboration of BOM and INPE into the project, it's satellite observation, satellite data transformed into products that could help for, you know, to help in this value adding process. So we start with satellite observation. Through different models, we get different products. We can also get some forecasting of the situation, and after that, the delivery service. So the ENANDES project, the main beneficiaries are, in the case of Chile, there's two regions. One is the basin of Rio Aconcagua, and the second one is a sector in the generations in Arica, from Arica to Chiloé. So it's covered from north to southern Chile. In Colombia, excuse me, it's just one department and one municipality of Popayán is the basin of Rio Piedras and Comarca de los Cerrillos. So it's a very limited region where they would like to implement this pilot project. And in Peru, we have the basin of Rio Rimac, which is the river, which is at the end of this basin is Lima located, so it's quite important for the country. And there's another basin of Rio Huallaga in the Amazonian region in Peru. So I will talk a little bit about which is the contribution of BOM as technical reference in ENANDES. So this is based on a previous project developed in Asia called New Papua and New Guinea Cruise Energy Project. So where here we can see the SPI. This is calculated from satellite information using CMORPH data, which is a well-known algorithm. And this is for 30 days and 90 days. And what we would like to do in South America is something very similar, but instead of using CMORPH, we use our own algorithm we developed for the region. But then Simone will talk a little bit about that. And another important issue, or another important product that was developed by BOM is the Vegetation Health Index. So this is a combination essentially of NDVI and TCI. This is a temperature index. So it's a vegetation and temperature. So the combination of greenness of the vegetation and the temperature can give us a very good idea of the health of the vegetation. It can be also calculated in different time frames from 1 month, 3 months, and so on. So I believe I will stop here, and I will go to Simone to continue with the presentation.
Okay, Danielle, I'm trying to share here my presentation. Just a moment. Here you are. Can you see it? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I think it's loading.
Oh.
Yeah,
yes.
We can see it now. Go ahead.
So I just will apologize. I will make close my camera because my internet is not very good. So I just save for the presentation. So I'm Simone Sievert. I'm on behalf of the head of the Meteorological Satellite Sensor Division, Renato Galante, who could not be here. And I will give just a brief introduction also about the ENANDES project, talk a bit what who we are, and also what we have been contributing with this project. Everybody knows that extreme climate events like floods, droughts, and heat waves have been frequently in recent decades, and is affecting not only economy but also society, and mainly those that lives in vulnerable places. So this project that we call ENANDES, that is entitled as Enhance Adaptive Capacity of Andes Communities Through Climate Service, aims to enhance the resilience and also the adaptive capacity to climate variability and change of societies and communities living in Andes. As Danielle said, it targets mainly on Peru, Chile, and Colombia. This project also aims to increase the use of data information that is based on scientific evidence. And also the project is trying to build a human infrastructure capacities, and will try to seek to overcome many barriers such as institutional, technological, cultural barriers. And ENANDES is organized in 4 outcomes, as shown in these slides. to promote adaptation to climate variability and change. So the first outcome is associated to increase the capacity of the National Meteorological and Hydrological Surveys to produce and also communicate timely, relevant, sector-tailored climate and water information and also knowledge. The second outcome of the NOAA is to develop in partnership and also to strengthen linkages with several national and local climate sensitive institutions, those that are related mainly to agriculture, energy, and water, from the private sectors and also to the governmental. This is external partnership is very important to ensure that communication and the use of sector-tailored information provided by the service could really support the adaptation activities. And the third outcome will be focused on the use of climate surveys to inform local adaptation. For this third approach, will be implement and access the demonstration of the adaptation activities in many sites on those 3 countries, where climate sensitive activities and vulnerable communities and groups are located. When we talk about these vulnerable groups, we are talking about indigenous population, women, and elderly people. And the fourth outcome will focus on the regional dimension of this project. So this outcome will bring insights, also to raise the good practices and also the lessons learned. This will be very important to communicate the lessons learned from the project, in order that you can do some replication or even to scale up to other contexts in the Western South America or elsewhere. So this project has very big context, not only the use of data, but also the linkage between people, partnership, demonstration of adaptation capacities, and also build human capacities and communication. So who we are the Meteorological Satellite Sensor Division that we are collaborating on this project. These divisions belongs to the Center for Weather Forecast and Climate Studies that belongs to the Brazilian National Institute for Space and Research. We work with remote sensing, mainly from radars and satellites, and we develop a lot of the products, satellite, most of them are based on satellite, using GOES, a lot of products on that, regionalized not only for Brazil, but for South America, as you can see on those figures that illustrate the products, like radiation. We have some products over the oceans, precipitation, fires, hotspots, also looking for nowcasting, working on the multispectral, combined RGBs, and also the very important activities that we have been developing inside of this division is we are WMO Virtual Laboratory for Education and Training in Satellite Meteorology, and we are very also work on visualization and dissemination of the data. We really know that it's very important is in order to the users get the data, is the dissemination and tools for working with the data to easy access the information. INPE is contributed to this project, have a work plan called Drought Monitoring for Agriculture and Water Management, based on using satellite-based products. We have been defining 3 established activities. And the first activity is associated with developing satellite-based precipitation algorithms for drought monitoring. For this, we have the deliverables, thinking about to perform monthly means for all satellite-based products that are available for South America, which has a very high temporal and spatial resolution. It's not only think on the product that has been developed by institutions, but also using, for example, as GSMAP, CMORPH. Also, in the project, notice that one of the variables that was asked to be developing for those applications are the satellite-based accumulation precipitation products in different temporal scales that goes from 1 to 30 days. Also to perform monthly anomalies for target regions, and also has all the report evaluation of this data for those target regions. This also is important on this first activity. Also associate with the precipitation index. One of the index that has going to be developed is the SPI index, which characterizes meteorological drought in a range of time scales. Will be provided some monitoring drought statistics in the time scales from months like 6, 12, 24, 48 months for those target regions. And of course, again, the evaluation of the performance of this data for those regions that are involved. Associated with precipitation, we have also the climatological water density, which is important because it's looking also not only for the precipitation, but also the amount of water that has been evapotranspirated. So this is an important product that is talking about the amount of water that is available for those regions. So we try to develop and disseminate this product using different data sets, and also to perform anomalies and normalize anomalies on this product. The second activities is more associated with the surface. The first one was more the component on the atmosphere. Now we have this component on the surface that is the vegetation stress monitoring or other related parameters. Here it includes a set of the vegetation index. The plan is to deliver the products, mainly NVI and EVU2, back to 2000 to the present, and also to perform some statistics like maximum, minimum, mean, median, and standard deviation of these indexes. Also, to perform the use of these very valuable products, soil moisture retrieval, that measures the amount of water in surface soil. So it's to use this map product for those target regions also. And the third activities is associated with developing of data visualization and analysis interface. This will be done in collaboration with SWCEM. And for developing these tools, is necessary to go through a lot of procedures, which are described on these slides. That goes from the hardware, software requirements to try to find IT solution for the project based on the softwares that are free available. There is no costs, mostly being that type of the softwares that we try to use on that. Also have data processing in order to adaptive and predictive maintenance of INPE's generate products for those to the project. There is the surveys, provide data using well-known geospatial protocols and file formats, and also the application based on the web page, GIS application, and also the documentation. For these activities, is expected to, as a deliverable, to build and deploy a web-based platform for accessing, processing, visualization, and analysis satellite-based products. Danielle, maybe I'm back to you, and I will just say thank you very much for also Diego, who helped us to organize these materials, the slides to be presented here. Danielle, if you want to talk about how the ENANDES can be basis for the SWCEM project, it's back to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Simone. I don't have anything to say about that. So this is a very well-known program in WMO. So the basic idea here is to use ENANDES as a pilot project in Region 3, because we have the data, we have the institutional structure and the adequate project to do that. So if this works, we can extend this to other countries and to other projects. Right now, we are starting a new one called ENANDES Brava, who also we can help on that. So this is something that, of course, in the future we will see how it's developed. So thank you very much, and back to you, Marcial and Diego.
Thank you, Daniel, and thank you, Simone, for the presentation. I think there is time for a quick question or comments, if there is any.
Just would like to thank Daniel and Simone for their availability for this presentation. Great to see ENPE actively involved in such an important regional project, and you'll be looking forward to see how the ENANDES initiative advances as this pilot project in our region and the possibility to extend this to other member countries. So thank you very much, Daniel and Simone.
Thank you. I think we can move forward to item 7 of the agenda. Item 7 is NOAA updates, and Natalia is going to be joining us for that. So Natalia, whenever you're ready.
Diego, I wonder if you can share my slides, but I have 25 slides, but I know we don't have much time. However, most of my presentations have really important technical details, so I encourage you to go back and check it when it's posted, because we do have really exciting news, also a lot of updates. So in my talk today, I will provide an update on our GOES-R series, JPSS program, and upcoming GeoXO plans. Next slide, please. So we're actually really excited here. It's been really a really exciting month for us. As you probably know, the GOES-T was successfully launched on March 1st. It was a perfect launch, no delays, and the first checkout now at the 89.5 west longitude. And on March 14th, it's actually reached its final reaching orbit, and it was renamed as GOES-18. So GOES-T is now GOES-18. Our new satellites in the GOES-R series, as you know, there are 4 of them. So there's another launch plan in 2 years for GOES-U. So, but this is really exciting for everybody, I think. So it will remain in that position at 89.5 for several weeks for the first part of the post-launch test. And then in May, it will drift to 166.8 west, where we'll resume testing. So as you probably know, GOES-18 is expected to transition to the operational GOES-West position, and it will happen early next year. Next slide, please. This is just the schematics on how all of those satellites and GOES constellations will look. And Diego, if you click one more time, it'll show you some of the things. So we basically will be drifting GOES-18 to its GOES-West position and moving GOES 17 out of there. It will become a standby satellite together with GOES 15 and GOES 14, which in storage. So again, a lot of schematics here, but for those of you who are visual people, I thought it would be real good to see how the constellation will look like. Next slide, please. And this is, again, I mentioned my presentation have some really important technical updates, and that's why I encourage you to go back when this presentation is posted to check on some important dates. I will not go in much details here, but I encourage you to look on how we're gonna move and turn off GOES 17 and how GOES 18 will be moving towards operational GOES West. There will be some tests around certain dates when we can actually get some of the information on both satellites. Next slide, please, Diego. And again, I know this is a busy slide, but I encourage you to take a look if you're working with some of the products, if you're looking at some of the, you know, specific timelines. This is good starting point. Next slide, please. And again, this is more on the GRB receiving stuff. I know some of you have GRB stations, so again, more details on how some of the data will be interleaved in GRB. I know some of you participating in SES user groups for GRB and JanetCast America, and I know he's been providing specific details on data and products there, so you can always consult there. I just wanted to give a bigger picture, so in that way you can actually find information in all slide deck. But I also encourage you to reach out to NOAA, to me or to SES, or to if you have any specific questions for transition. You know, if you have any technical issues, I mean, I can talk to my colleagues and we can do a little bit more detailed stuff, detailed talks. So, but I wanted to have everything in one place, so at least you can go back and check it. Next slide, please, Diego. And this is some of the user opportunities during those post-launch tests. And as I mentioned, there will be some interleaved and nominal operations. Again, a lot of details, and I don't expect you to look at this real closely right now, but definitely check it after this call. Next slide. I have an update for JPSS-2. It's going to be really busy for us, and you know, we'll talk about flight status, again, operational transition timeline, product. Next slide. So as you know, JPSS-2 is in environmental testing and expecting to be completed by May 4th of this year. Our flight operations review is planned again for May, and the pre-ship review is planned for July, so later this year. The launch is planned later in September of this year, so we have 2 launches in 1 year. As you can imagine, we're really busy, but really excited because it's a big milestone for us, and a great solution and great information for all of you. Next slide, please. Again, schematics for what would happen for operations transition timeline, and again, what's happening to primary, secondary, and tertiary positions. So next slide. And again, just a timeline on what would happen in those months after the launch. Next slide. Again, I know busy and looks like a rainbow here, but for those of you who are working with specific JPSS products, this could be really useful because you can see the approximate dates when the products become operational. It'll be somewhat in waves, you know, but again, a lot of technical details, but I was hoping I get all information in one presentation so you can go back to that when needed. Next one. So this is a little bit more in details on product operations plan. The plan is to hold NOAA 21 handover readiness review, and we'll basically what would happen was, again, primary, secondary, and tertiary positions. And as you can see here, that you know, when NOAA 21 will be declared operational and things like that. Anyway, next one. I know we're short on time, and I want to make sure you have some of those things. Again, this is a continuation on the product operation plan. We can skip this. And a little bit more on when NOAA 21 becomes primary. I know it's important for some of you, so I want to make sure it's there. I know you participated in the past with some of the HRD user groups, and I know there are some slight differences for NOAA 20 and JPSS2 or NOAA 21. And Diego, the next slide is more important actually, because sorry, my dogs want to join, but HRD users need to consult with their equipment and manufacturers, vendors. Sorry about that. Sorry. Just give me a second, Diego. Can you pick up for just a minute? I just need to put dogs away. I feel like it's embarrassing. But sorry, just a minute.
Take your time.
I think it's very interesting to see the JPSS2 information. I think if I get it right, the bulk of the information is going to be available for a year from launch, so it's going to be probably September 2023 or so, which is interesting because then you have some time to prepare for the transition.
Yeah, sorry about that. Like I said, my dogs wanted to join this meeting, but anyway, this is an important slide for preparing for JPSS2. I know some details would be discussed in the closer, smaller HRD groups that I think SES is now chairing. So anyway, if you have any questions, let us know. We'll work with you and we'll help you to transition if needed. So next one, please. And this is my last series of slides. As you probably heard about GeoXO, the program has officially begun. The milestone one approved by our Deputy Secretary of Commerce in November of last year. So we formally initiated the Geostationary Extended Observations, GeoXO program. So as you know, this is a program that will follow on GOES-I series, and it's targeting first launch in 2032. I know it seems like it's far away, but it's not. It's good to prepare for things like that, and we have a decade to think through some of the things. So the project, like I said, it has begun, which is a good news. However, you know, we're still working on a lot of details. Next slide, please, Diego. So you probably heard about some planned GeoXO capabilities, and I won't go in many details here. However, there's continuity of weather services, enhancements, and some enhancements for oceans, coasts, and climate services. Actually, a lot of improvements, and specifically for oceans and climate services. So what important here is that data rebroadcasting using commercial services for DCS, high rate information transmission, MVIN. So there are some new developments, and again, we can provide more updates. And on the slides there, I provided the website that has a lot of information about GeoXO capabilities. I just want to give you a heads up what's coming and what we're working on, because it's a real good time, you know, to prepare. Next slide, please. This is just schematics of the GeoXO constellation. How, again, this is preliminary, but this is, for, again, visual people, how it's going to look like, GeoWest, GeoCentral, and GeoEast. And next slide, I think that one is my last one. So yeah, this is the key differences, and I hope people would look at this, you know, what's coming in 10 years, you know, the differences between current series, GOES-I series, and what's happening, what will happen with our satellites for geostationary orbit. So the good thing here is that now we're primarily looking at the weather application. Of course, we're including all NOAA and all NOAA line offices, and also all Earth system like ocean, coast, and climate applications. So you see it's expanding observational, the expanding observations in communication services. So a lot of updates, and it's really exciting. I think this is my last slide, but Diego, please go move on more. So yeah, again, Diego already mentioned a couple of the things. I know some of those TBD dates are kind of not April and May or June anymore. So stay tuned for updates from Diego. But I do feel really happy about upcoming meeting with medicine. So I hope it works. I hope we can bring people to meet face to face. I'm really miss that interaction, not just because of COVID, but it's great to have that conversation going. So, and I actually try to bring our NASDAQ leadership to that meeting, like we did in Boston. So we'll have Mark there probably. So, but yes, I'm really looking forward. And if you have any questions or concerns, let us know. We'll work with you with those new generation systems, new changes and things like that. With that, thank you so much again for having me here. I'm really happy to see everybody, and obrigado, muchas gracias. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Natalia, for your talk. And I think it's good information that you showed us, and we are definitely going to look into it into more detail. I'm not sure if there's any comments or questions. Diego?
No, just would like to thank Matt and say that it is great to know that the GeoXO program has officially begun. We will be interacting with the SDR group in the future to make that to be sure that the members are ready for it, as we did for GOES-R in the past. So thank you very much, Matt.
Next item in the agenda is item 8, which is news from participants. So we would like to hear from you. If you want to present something or show something, this is the time for that. So just raise your hand or open your mic and participate whenever you're ready. I apologize for my side because I'll have to leave in a few minutes. I have a previous commitment at 10, which is just 4 minutes away. But I think Diego can stay for a little bit longer if needed.
Sure.
I see Kathy's hands raised. So Kathy, go ahead.
Hola, Diego. This will be very, very quick. Just a quick update on the status of the implementation of GeoNetcast receivers across the region. It is ongoing, still sponsored by the USAID. However, it is actually experiencing some delays because of shipment delays across the region, but we are hopeful that the network across the islands of St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Antigua, Barbados, and Grenada should be completed before year's end. Thank you.
Thanks for the update, Cassie Ann. Great to know that the project is advancing, and we had a similar project here, and these delays are normal, so we completely understand that. Thank you very much, and if you need any help from us or from the group, please let us know. Thank you.
Thank you, Diego.
Yeah. Yep. Natalia, I see your hand raised.
Just to kind of follow up with GeoNetcast, we still have DVB-S2 receivers available. I think Eric can confirm that, but I believe we still have some if some country requested. So just keep it in mind. I don't know if that was discussed or not, but I just want to make sure the members know.
Yeah, now we still have a bunch of them left. Unfortunately, our ability to ship them out has been kind of curtailed, but I'm still working on that. So I'm hoping to find a way we can distribute these to those the people that need it. More news on that to come.
Yeah, but we still have them, so we'll figure something. So thank you.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Eric, is it just the NOVRA or is the entire receiver for the GeoNetcast?
No, it's just the DVB-S2 receiver.
Okay.
You know, they're only about yay big, and I can put them in a FedEx package and off it goes.
No, you did that with us, so we're very thankful. And yeah, I just wanted to know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Andre?
Yes, hi. St. Lucia went ahead and purchased a GOES the GOES package from MOCOM in the US, and we have been encountering lots of problems. Initially, they provided a 1.8 meter dish, and that was not able to get the signal. So we reconfigured offset dish, a 3 meter offset dish, and we can barely receive the signal. So we got some help from CIMH. A consultant came down to assess our system, and some of the recommendations was that we need at least a 2.4 meter dish, and I'm not sure if we'll be able to get it under the SDCR project, which CIMH is handling. We also need a separate computer because the consultant indicated that it would not be good to view the products on the same system that acquires the signal. And thirdly, the software that is being used is open software, and he recommend the Proteus software, which would be more comprehensive because we cannot view the data if it's not in NetCDF format. Yeah. So we encounter many problems over here, and everything has been on hold because the World Bank project that we use to purchase our equipment is ending soon, and we cannot access the funds for any upgrades. Thank you.
Is this what type of a receiver station is this for? Is this for the? Is this a GOES-R data reception directly from the GOES-R satellite, or is this the GeoNetcast Americas ground station?
GeoNetcast Americas.
Okay. Probably the best person to ask about this is right there, Diego. So I don't know, Diego, if you could help at all.
Yes, we've
Thanks for the feedback, Andre. I remember Morcon contacted us in the past regarding this huge interference in St. Lucia, and we sent some suggestions regarding filters. We also contacted some colleagues from UMetSat for some suggestions, and then we sent these suggestions to Morcon. And then after some tests, as far as I remember, they said a bigger dish would be needed. And then after that, I haven't heard anything else on that. So I really hope that these having access to a bigger dish would be possible in the future for us to check if that would be sufficient to overcome this interference and be able to receive the downlink in St. Lucia. So keep us updated on that, and thank you very much for your feedback.
No problem.
Do we have any other updates or news from participants or issues you would like to report? I see Carol has the want to comment something.
Yeah, if I could just share. Okay, no, this isn't working.
You want to share your screen? I can't stop sharing mine. Just a moment. Go ahead.
Okay, let's see.
Is this okay? Whoops.
Yes, we can see it. Yes, perfectly.
Okay, so I'll just run through this very quickly. I know we're short on time. So we had some improvements in our systems here. We had a GRB system installed in Tobago, and we did actually have some training on the 28th of October 2021. So we have had some enhanced capacity training on that island. Now, Trinidad and Tobago were one state, but it's two separate islands. So the actual system is set apart from the island of Trinidad, where we have the forecast station. And it's just a few slides. It was actually done by the EEC. Quick summary, Tobago now has a GRB station. We did have the training on the system in October last year. The installation was done by the EEC. The software employed is a Proteus software, and we don't have any direct or routed access to the data. So we're still at a disadvantage here in Trinidad, although most of the products do come out of the island of Trinidad and the forecasting station here. Very quickly, and I did forward all of this to Diego, and he has in fact updated our page, the information on our website already. So that's the update from Trinidad and Tobago.
Thanks a lot, Carol. Thank you for sending your updates. We have already updated the SDR page with it. And really, really great to know that Tobago now has a GRB station available and that you had training. Thank you very much for the feedback. Do we have any other comments or anything you would like to add or discuss today? Excellent presentations. Thank you very much. Let me share my screen here. Thank you very much for all the presenters. Please send your PowerPoint presentations so we can make them available in the SDR group's webpage. Do you have any other comments or anything else you would like to discuss before we close the meeting? Sorry we are short on time. Sorry about that. Okay, so if you do not have any other comments, thank you. Thank you very much for joining us today. Excellent presentation. Thank you. I would like to thank our colleagues from NOAA and WMO and all other colleagues from the region for this very productive meeting. And we'll keep interacting with you regarding the 5th face-to-face meeting at the CMM. And thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you, Diego.
Thank you very much.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Muchas gracias. Obrigado.
Bye-bye. Muchas gracias.
Bye-bye.
Gracias, chao.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hasta luego.
Saludos.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Hasta luego, gracias.
Gracias.